What's up, everybody? We're back. So here's the thing. I always like to bring as many different people from all walks of the world as possible. And I have a success story that is accessible. This is not a Mr. Beast. This is not some dude who has a bazillion followers and just got a deal on Amazon. This is a guy with equal amount of power, equal amount of success. I'm bringing him here in a minute. Stay tuned.
You've got some nice moves.
Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. 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 Come on, baby. What you got. What you got.
D-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. America will continue the dream.
So what's up, everybody? Look, you know, you watch these folks on YouTube, you watch these folks on Instagram, and I say this often, there's a lot of people that have this sort of YouTube famous attitude. They got a bunch of followers on social media, and that's their whole thing. As a matter of fact, by the time this episode is up, I don't know what's going to happen to TikTok, but I'm sure 2/3 of TikTok is panicking and out of a job. All right. So the thing is like, I like to bring real people to the table. And today I have a man that can't be any realer. His story is amazing. His name is Taryn Thompson. Now, Taryn is not only a guy, and I think you had said to me at some point you started out, you were lost.
Absolutely.
Right. But you went not just from finding the education, the skills, learning the skills, but you ended up teaching the skills.
Absolutely.
That you learned. And on top of that, you launched your own food truck business.
Yes.
So you're not even like, hey, I just got a skill, and so I'm going to go out there and do. You said, let me level this game up.
Game plan.
And the thing is that, you know, you're not, this is steady, this is growth, this is evolution, this is, and let me finish this.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying it forward.
Absolutely. 100%.
So tell me how we got here.
So when I was incarcerated in 2018. So I came home in 2021. I had met Ren Parikh from Ideal Institute of Technology. I offered to cut his grass. I was doing landscaping at the time.
Okay.
I just found out that he bought the Press of Atlantic City building for the headquarters. So he said to me, after the conversation, meaningful conversation that we had, he said, I see so much more in you. He seen so much in me that I didn't even see in myself.
Yeah.
So he knew that I would be in the position that I am today. He offered to me to work for him for a year, and he would help me get my own business because that was my end goal that I explained to him.
Right. So you and it's funny because we just, in another episode that we have, Raheem Crawford, he helps people who are incarcerated get rid of that stigma.
Absolutely.
We're past that stigma. And I have experience with that as well. You know, it's a tough box. It's a tough box to check.
Absolutely,
right?
100%.
You sit there right there and you're like, do I lie or do I disclose?
Right.
Because we know what happened.
Absolutely.
Right? Only in this country. I just went political there. Sorry, guys. So, you know, it's a hard stigma to get by, and it's also internally it's a hard stigma.
Absolutely.
You make a mistake. It happens.
I call it digging yourself out of the hole that you created for yourself.
Right.
So if you dig the deep hole, you might need 2 shovels. But at the end of the day, just keep digging your way out.
But he saw something in you didn't necessarily see in you. You knew you had a mission.
Absolutely.
You had a goal.
I had a goal.
And he helped you find that goal.
Absolutely. He definitely did. So when I was incarcerated, I had created a blueprint for a 3-month plan to 9 months to a year to all the way up to 5 years.
Fantastic.
A 5-year plan. So I knew essentially that the main thing that I was missing, the key component besides funding, was a mentor. So he actually became a mentor to me as well. Okay. He guided me and showed me the steps of entrepreneurship. And I actually took the class there as well. And I graduated with my own food truck at no cost, 100%. Wow. So, and that's from Ideal Institute of Technology.
So you have the food truck. I know you were over here. Hey, listen, you can check out Ren's episode. Just click the banner up at the top because we interviewed Ren. But you have this food truck, right? So now, are you the only guy manning that, or have you employed anybody?
Oh, I employ. So the thing about the food truck and employment and anything what I do Institute of Technology, we try to employ our students first.
Right.
So I actually had 3 youth that worked on my food truck as well as my brother. So my brother is a part owner of the food truck
I
as
meet your
well.
brother one
Absolutely,
day?
David
Yes.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So he's an awesome guy. I wish he could have made it today. He was a little under the weather.
Yeah.
But essentially, the food truck was on the walk of Atlantic City
Okay.
for all last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we just took it off the walk and is at our headquarters now.
Okay.
So you guys can check it out, 1000 West Washington.
Okay. Are you gonna be having the truck out?
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah,
So
that's
we do events for Atlantic here, Midtown CBD. We do a lot of events at Browns Park in Atlantic City. So the food truck is definitely mobile and all around Atlantic City.
All right. So, but let's say somebody wants to drag you out to Trenton, you'll go.
Oh, 100%.
All right. You're an
100%.
entrepreneur. You're not
So
like,
I'm going all the way to New York. I'm going all the way to Philadelphia. We actually did an event at Temple University last year
Okay.
for Temple. So that was actually a great turnout.
So what was it? Well, okay. So we go from you have a 5-year plan. Did you have a plan to open a food truck, or was this something you knew you wanted a business?
Mhm.
How did you land on the food truck?
Okay, so how I landed on a food truck. So the food truck definitely wasn't a part of my blueprint. So my brother, when I was incarcerated, I had moved him out here prior to my incarceration. So when I was released, he was working at Johnny Rockets as a cook.
Okay.
Now I come from a family of cooks as well. So I was thinking, how can I get my brother involved with this? I knew he wasn't too much of a construction guy because I started out in construction. But I said, you know what? I brought the idea to Ren. He crunched and did what he needed to do. We partnered with the DOC. The DOC actually gave us some funding for the food truck as well.
Okay.
And it was just like full circle.
Wow.
Full circle.
So yeah. So it's everything's aligning. You don't necessarily. You didn't knew it. You knew something.
I
You
knew something, but I didn't know it was that.
It's gonna be that. Okay.
Definitely not.
So let's talk about that because you had mentioned construction,
Yes.
right? And I know you teach construction or a
Food truck. Food truck class.
to food truck class.
Food truck class.
So when I met you though, there was like you were doing some construction.
Yeah, definitely. I still get my hands dirty today.
You do.
Yes,
Right,
absolutely.
So you're not in the suit all the time.
Oh
and
no.
just, oh, I'm successful now. and
No,
No,
no.
you
I
get
remember
down
where I came from. I'm down and dirty. The jacket come off quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because we had met you. I remember it was like a year ago.
Yeah. So around that time, I had built the museum that's on the walk. It's called the MLK and Gandhi Peace Center.
Okay.
So
I
that
haven't
was
seen it yet.
no
No.
free to get in. It's right there next to Adidas on the expressway side.
Okay, I'll
Definitely
check it
got to
out.
check it out. 100%.
All right, check it out. So you jump in with Ren. Well, let me dial this all the way back because I really like where you talked about this 5-year strategy,
Absolutely.
right? Because I think that's such a huge thing.
Oh, it is. It's crucial. It's crucial because without having a blueprint or a plan, you're just running in the dark
Yeah. Yeah.
per se.
No, I get it. It's funny because like when we started launching this, I say this, we have our company Black Ink, and I could see to the horizon with Black Ink. So
Okay.
almost like when I think of that metaphorically, I see this really far journey I could take with it,
100%.
right? But with our procurement brand, our business development brand, for the first time, I had an idea that I could see past the horizon. You know, like it goes
And that's groundbreaking.
further.
Right.
And it was like that moment, poof, epiphany. I have to create a plan. I don't know exactly where we're going to land,
Right.
but we're going.
We're going there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
No,
same thing,
absolutely.
right? You sort of have
100%.
that, you don't know exactly where
Where
you're
it's going to
but
land?
you're going
Absolutely.
there.
100%.
So in that 5-year plan, how many years are you in now?
So I say I'm 3 years in.
So what's your 5-year point look like?
So my 5-year point, I was planning to have 5 businesses by then.
Okay.
So I'm up to 2.
So the food truck is one.
So I have a commercial cleaning company as well.
Commercial cleaning.
Commercial and residential.
company. Okay. And is it are you doing any government contracting with that yet?
Not yet. I'm
Not yet?
definitely working on it in 25.
We'll be talking.
That's the goal.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So, how does it feel knowing that you have 2 years in your plan, but you don't have 5 businesses yet?
Right.
I mean, you're talking a really small gap to jump 3 more
No,
businesses.
absolutely. So I wouldn't say it's discouraging. I just say I use it more as a motivation piece.
Okay.
Just to keep chugging along.
All right. And any ideas what those other businesses are going to be?
So definitely, I wanted to start an exotic car rental for Atlantic City.
Okay.
And
It's a tough business. to
no,
go into.
it definitely
You
is.
picked a hard one.
It is. That's why I didn't get there yet. And then a slingshot. to go hand in hand with that.
Slingshot.
So slingshots is the two wheels in the front,
Oh,
one in the
okay,
back.
that one, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about the boardwalk thing. That
Oh, no, that's a liability.
You know, there's I don't know, up in Mattawan, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
I think there's an exotic car place over there, rental place.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of them, but it's just look up exotic cars, Mattawan, New Jersey, Main Street, Mattawan. I think there's a place there. They do the exotic cars,
Okay.
so you can check that out. And then I think there's also a place in it's either Red Bank, New Jersey, or Shrewsbury, New Jersey.
Okay.
An exotic car place up there. So if you could ever get a chance to see what they're doing.
No.
So, you know, I'm a firm believer, like, everybody should be working
No,
with everybody,
absolutely.
you know, even if it's
100%.
just, tell me how you do, like, what's the advice?
Right.
Who knows? Maybe there's a collaboration there that advances
Absolutely.
your plan.
So the second business that I would like to, I'm actually in the process of starting is mentorship.
Okay.
So I'm in the Covenant House 3 times a week in Atlantic City. I'm in both locations.
Okay.
So my end goal with that is the branch off with T. Frazier Enterprise, which is the company that I started as a DBA, a mentorship under that
Okay.
for the Covenant House kids, so we can have a wraparound service to connect them the outside of Ideal.
So is that going to be skills-based training and learning as well as entrepreneurship?
Oh,
or
absolutely.
It's going to be workforce and entrepreneurship.
It's workforce, entrepreneurship. The mentorship is definitely going to include them having a blueprint, a 5-year plan at least at a minimum, as well as that wraparound service. Anything
Right.
that they might need, health insurance, doctor's appointments, any resources, housing.
Okay.
I'm touching base on all of those subjects, so that way when they're ready to transition from the Covenant House, they have a plan set.
Right. And let me ask you a question for anybody that's out there. Maybe they're like you, or maybe they have an idea. They're just not quite sure how to pull it off. And let's say they live in Nebraska,
Right.
somewhere in Nebraska. And they could reach out to you and say, hey, you know, how are you doing this?
Yes.
Are you game for that kind of conversation?
Absolutely. I'm open to any and everybody. So on my business cards itself is my cell phone number, not my office, not a secretary. I want people to get directly connected with me.
Right.
So that's why I put my cell phone number on my cards.
What happens if you get so big that they can't, that you just don't have time to take every call?
So if it ever comes to that, I'm definitely gonna have someone that I'm shadowing to put in the same position that I'm in.
Right.
So-
They got to basically be your clone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. So it's definitely it's a cool story. I mean, you know, cool journey, and it's not over.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
not
It's just the
over.
beginning.
So I'm going to dial us all the way back to the beginning. You were incarcerated. I'm not getting into the what's, but it's the mindset.
Right.
You go and you do your time. You're in there. And was that your first time incarcerated?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you still have to go through the first moment of holy shit,
Right.
right?
Right.
The fear-based, the mythologies, the truths. You have to deal with that, right? At what point do you go, I need a plan because I don't ever want to be here again?
So when in Atlantic County intake, so when I was in intake for that quarantine period, that
Yeah.
5 days, that 5th day, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely not for me. I can't do this at all. So once I made it to general population, that's the day that I actually started that first page in my book, in that blueprint book.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you have a wake-up call
Oh.
in the first 5 days.
Definitely. I think it was the first 24 hours, but to implement the blueprint, it was the 5-day mark for sure.
So it was the moment when they handed you the stale bread, the old bologna, and
Yep.
the shitty cheese.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I
Just
said, oh
came
yeah.
sliding under
Just sliding under the door. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, this is definitely not for me. Definitely.
So yeah, we know.
Yeah, we're there. We're definitely there.
Yeah. So it was that moment. I understand that. I understand that completely. And you know, let me ask you this too: how many people around you, in and out,
Uh-huh.
told you you're fucking nuts?
Oh, so I had a selected group of friends that I was running with per se before my incarceration. So once I came home and I tried to see what everybody was doing, everybody's still doing the same thing. So when I'm projecting the ideas that I'm doing now to my peers, they laugh. So in turn, what that made me do was say, all right, y'all laugh from over there, I'm gonna go this way.
Right.
So after I turned that corner, and now that they see what I got going on, a lot of people is trying to get involved with it, and I'm always open to it.
Yeah.
I'm always pulling and uplifting everybody that I can.
Do you think some of that laughter is fear?
I think so. A lot of people where we come from fear the unknown. They fear to turn that corner and see what's around it. But in all reality, it could be a blessing in disguise around the corner, just like it was for me.
Yeah.
Because I went in unfamiliar waters, but I swam, got through it. But it takes the willpower in that person to want to accomplish the things that they set forth in front of them.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, and the thing too is like I think it's hard for a lot of people when they can't see anything outside of that little bubble they live in.
No, absolutely, I agree 100%.
You know, it's difficult. So you become. If you could become the inspiration and still be grounded, because for me, it's always the big thing is remain grounded.
Oh, 100%.
Know where you came from.
100%.
It's like, don't treat me special. I'm just like you type of thing.
Right.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I love to dress like this as well, because even off the clock, I'm walking through the village. I'm walking through back Maryland. I'm walking through these so-called ghettos to let people know, because a lot of people know who I am in Atlantic City, just off my previous encounters of being in the streets. So once they see me in a suit that I came home not even 5 years ago and doing something positive, helping the community, they want to get involved. So it's like, oh, well, he did it. I can do it. I know where he came from.
Would you say, again, I think there's a percentage out there of people, whether they were incarcerated or not, that the mindset needs to be changed.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Where do you think that break is in all that? Is it outside of the systemic shit? Right? Where's the point where's that disconnect? Like, again, there's people who aren't incarcerated but still have that mindset.
Right.
Like they can't achieve. Where do you think that disconnect is?
So we don't want to talk about politics, but government funding, honestly, they being enabled. So being enabled, they feel like this is susceptible.
This is the only thing.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing that I could accommodate myself with. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't want more for yourself, you would never get more for yourself.
But it's funny you say government funding, because the same government funding that or this enabling of this system that keeps people in place, but it's the same government that's funding people like Ren's organization that are giving people like you an opportunity.
No, 100%.
So there's definitely some mythology there that has to be broken, because
definitely.
that government that quote unquote might be keeping people there is also, there's this opportunity. And I think, would you say that people are not aware of the resources that are available to them?
100%. So it's like resources is kept held close to the chest. Around, and my goal is to connect with every resource partner, and I'm spreading it. I spread the word. I promote it on all my platforms. Every expungement that's going on, or any housing assistance program that's new that's coming to Atlantic County, I'm blasting everybody. Anybody that I know that come through my program that's facing homelessness, I'm letting them know how to get involved to change their circumstances.
So you're going after everything. You're not just entrepreneurial.
You're
just saying, like, to everybody, here's it is based on
social work.
Social.
So I'm actually
social equity.
Yeah, I'm actually in college to become a social worker as we speak. So I'm in the field as well.
So business owner, instructor, construction worker, now social worker,
food truck owner,
jeez.
Motivational speaker. Yeah, I wear a ton of hats.
Inadequate, man. I need to like step my game up.
Oh, never. So I definitely got the pointers to get you there. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Taryn, what kind of advice can you give somebody, whether they're not, because again, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Not everybody was incarcerated, but obviously some people might be, or they're going down the wrong path. So give me a piece of advice, give them a piece of advice that has impact, that can possibly change their lives if they take the first step, the way it changed yours. Give us something.
So definitely, I always say the first step is sitting back and assessing yourself. See what your wants and needs is. See what opportunities you could bring to your community if you was thinking about entrepreneurship. what demands the market needs, so that way that the business that you start, it can prosper
Right.
successfully. But if you don't want to become an entrepreneur, I would definitely say get a trade. Get a trade, get a career under your belt, because a job is just temporarily.
No, nobody. I mean, nobody wants to work at McDonald's.
No, of course.
You know, it's better to become a carpenter and learn a craft.
Absolutely.
You know,
Because
you
you're always
swing
in
a hammer.
demand.
Yep, absolutely. And if you're not going to be an entrepreneur, there's listen. So one of the biggest things is, I remember the whole labor movement is like,
Right.
we need laborers.
We need
and
laborers.
We need pipe fitters. We need electricians.
Absolutely.
You know, and now we're going into this place where there's a big fear of the manufacturing industry is like, we're
Absolutely.
in trouble.
No, 100%. And
So-
if anybody is interested in getting certified in the trade, I recommend that if they're in Atlantic County or South Jersey period, just reach out to me. 100%. I'm gonna find you the funding so you could go to school.
And I'm gonna level that up. If you're anywhere in the country and you just want to talk to somebody who can help you get a direction, you could be in California, DC, wherever
Absolutely.
you are. Reach out to Taryn.
100%.
We'll put your number in the description below, and talk to him. You know what? Information is free.
It's
right?
free. 100%.
So knowledge is power, and you clearly are a success story that still has more successes on the rise.
Absolutely. 100%.
Well, I really appreciate you coming
No,
on today.
thank you.
I'm
It's a
so
pleasure.
glad I met you, because it was a year
Yes,
ago. I
about
met
a
you,
year. Yes.
right? And I said you'd be here, and we got you.
You got-
so
yeah.
I'm so happy
Well
that we
overdue.
did.
Absolutely.
So,
Thank you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Thank
It's
you
a pleasure.
So much. So check out Taryn, description below, and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And now go out and make something happen. We're out.
Perfect. That was amazing.
Thank you, sir.
This episode is brought to you by Different Systems, an American company who empowers organizations through custom software development, process automation, managed cloud, and cybersecurity. Backed by a dedicated team of experts, Different Systems drives personalized, scalable, and secure technology adoptions for businesses of all sizes. Whether you're an entrepreneur seeking growth, a business owner trying to navigate and adapt tech, or you're a large corporation seeking more efficient methods, Different Systems is your partner in achieving success. For more information, visit them at different.com, spelled DIFFERNT.